Welcome back to my tutorial. Now in this tutorial I would like to share with you how to create a simple looking title animation. Okay, we call it intro in After Effects within a minute. Now before we proceed to this class, very quickly, most of us, most especially for us that we are still new, okay, I mean the beginners now, that you really desire this package. Okay, I would really like you, I will encourage you to pay attention to this class because it's going to be something of value to you. Now let us take a look at what this package entails. Now let us get started, shall we? Now let us take a look at how to create this pretty title animation. Okay, now the first thing you want to take a look at is that you will see when you launch your After Effects, you see something like a new composition, and besides it we have new composition from footage, but we are only interested at this first one. Okay, so you can click on this. It brings up a dialog box whereby you have to type in the name of whatever you have in. Okay, you have to give it a name of whatsoever project you're working on, but because we are dealing with title, we can just say main text, or we can say title animation. Then there's something you need to take note now. You see, while dealing with Photoshop, there are some things that you must not do, and there's some certain things you need to do. Okay, most especially while inputting or the size. Now we are going to go with full HD resolution, and here we're going to go with 1920 by 1080. Do you get it now? And let us leave the size at the frame rate. Now we're going to leave it at 25, then we can leave it the duration 18 seconds and click OK, and we have this is how it looks like. The next thing I need to do now is to go to my file, to import file. What am I importing? Let's go to download. I think I have some things there that I can use for this class. I think I have some cool stuff there. Okay, let's just use this and say import. Note, you are not going to see the result of what you just imported. Rather, it will be located under your project. This is where we call your project. Then here now you cannot drag it to your timeline to see the results displayed here. Do you get it now in your timeline? Okay, so hit on S on your keyboard to bring up the scale property. Then you can as default now you see it as 100, so we can decrease it. You see that you can increase it, you can decrease it. Now that you have a desired size now, so you can lock it if you like, so that you don't move it. You see that when you unlock it, you can move it. Ctrl Z to go back. So I can lock it so that I don't move it. Then I will add my text. Go to your, you see that, just come here, click it, and you see, let's say title animation. Make sure you highlight it. I believe you should know what I mean by highlighting. Then go to all caps lock. Then you want to go to alignment. You're going to align horizontal and vertical to centralize it. You see, if you can't find things like this here, I mean your align, so go to window, then you can bring up your align property. Do you see that now? Your align button. So that's that. Now having said that, you see, I'm going to use a lot of dangerous shortcuts here in this class just to save our time. You see, I may not be able to beginning to explain one because of time. I want us to get this right. These things we call title animation. You see, there is something you need to do. Okay, that is required from you. This thing is not just based on, you see, having knowledge is not enough, but it is good to have a sufficient knowledge. Now what I'm doing within my little hand now is to try as much as possible to create tutorial for those of us that we are home and we desire to learn I believe many people do call me, please can I learn After Effects from you, can I learn video editing from you, but the money, the fund is not there. So that's why in my little hand I'm trying to to come up with a tutorial whereby at least while you are home you are also learning things. Do you get it now? So if you want to know more, like I said, having knowledge is not enough, okay, but it is good to have a sufficient knowledge. So if you want to learn more, you can come to any of our training center to to improve your skill. But let's proceed. Let's proceed. Okay, that's that. I'm just going to go with that title animation. I can decrease it a little bit, maybe like 70. I think I'm okay with that. Title animation, I think I'm okay with that. Or let's make it 100. Oh shit, let's make it 100. Just type it 100. Very good. Okay, don't forget alignment and position it. Now that we have this ready, now let us search for evaporate. There's what we call evaporate. Go to your effect and presets. Come here, go to effects and presets, then search for evaporate. Then you have that. Then click it and apply on your text. Then you see this kind of results. Do you see that? Come on. Wow, this is awesome. This is awesome. But this is not what I actually wanted. This is not what I actually want. Okay, well, I'm going to open the scale property. And how do I do that? Click U on your keyboard. Okay, U on your keyboard. Then you want to go to the very hand. Take the hand to the forward. Take it forward, and this one take it backward. I think it's very easy. Just follow my step. Okay, then you have things like this. Wow, this is cool. This is cool. This is cool. This is not bad for starts. This is cool. Okay, then we have things like this. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Now the next thing we're going to take a look at is, now that we have things like this, now let us press U again to let go of that. Now we need to come here again and right click, go to new text. At the same time you can either do it from this side or from this side. Then you want to type in we have text animation by Sami. Let's leave it as that, by Sami. Then want to decrease it, you can come here, make it 60. Okay, then you can take it above. You can take it what? Above. Then we have, excuse me, and we have things like this. We have things like this. Okay, we have things like this. Very good. Now what I'm gonna do now is, there's what we call decrease. Just come here. I may not be able to pronounce it much, but decrease arcane. Fantastic. Decrease arcane. Okay, I'm just going to apply this on this, and you have things like this. In fact, do you know what, let us do it this way. I'm just going to Ctrl Z to go back. You see that? I'm back to normal. I'm back to normal. Very good. Let's add this decrease to our title animation. Then we should have things like this. If you can't really see the results, click U on your keyboard and just take it to the last head and take this backward. Then you will see like this, or like this. It should be like this. Wow, this is pretty, very good. You see that? Fantastic. Now this is getting better. This is getting better. So we can just leave it like that. Now let's go back to our summing by summing, the other text. Then we're going to search in for fade up line. That's what we call fade up line. Now these fade up lines, we're just going to click it and take it on summing. So we should have things like this. When you take it back, play it, you should have things like that. You should have things like that. Where are you? Come on. Wow, very good. So it takes longer. Let's click U on our keyboard, and then where are you? Okay, I think I know what really happened. Let's press Ctrl Z to go back. Aha, this is where we have. Now make sure this thing, you see that this thing is here. If you have it here, the effect will start from there, and that's why we're unable to see the remaining. So let's take it backward. You see that now? Then you can now add this on this. Then we have things like this. Do you see that? Fantastic. Do you see that? So you on your keyboard, you see the difference now. You see that now? So make sure this damn thing is here. So you should have things like this. So you can just highlight it, right click on it, easy ease assistance, and easy ease. Then you should have things like this. Now this is what I'm talking about. Very good. Now that I have this ready, now the next thing, though I'm done with my animation, I can call it a day, but let us try to make it more cinematic. Okay, let us add life to it. Let's add some a little bit graphics to it. Now what I have to do now is I want to see how I can create a max. Let's make it full so that you can see it. You see that? So let's go to text, pen tool, then here we can just draw something like this. Maybe things like this, and let's leave it like this. Okay, how do I get this size? Make sure you click on it, then you can come here to add, give any color. Okay, you can increase it here, but I just give it 9. I'm using 9, and this one I disable it. Okay, so you can come go to alignment, make it central. Then you will have things like this. You can reposition it if you like. Make sure you reposition it very well. If you like, you can reposition it. Now what are we trying to do? I actually want to animate that. Now we have to bring this down. Okay, you are going to add what we call trim parts. Now you go to shape. We are under a container. So under this container we have the shape and what we just added, the effect we had now, which is our trim part. In this trim part, we're going to open what is there and try to animate it. So let's go to the beginning of the timeline, and from the start, let's give it a start. Let us make it 50%. You see that now? And let's go to the end. Let's make it 50%. Don't forget. So let's go back maybe like 3 minutes or 3 seconds. Let's make this 100%, and let's make this 0%. Now you should have things like this. Come on guys, this is cool, man. This is cool. And then you should have things like that. Okay, let us make it half, so that you can, because of the capacity of my system, my memory, okay, it might a little bit slow. So let's make it quarter, so that we can have very good. You see that? Okay, let's just make it, maybe let's take it forward, backward, maybe 2 seconds. Then we have things like this. Now there's another thing you can add to this. And what's that? Highlight it, open your graph editor, then we want to animate something here, but this pattern I'm seeing here is not what I want. Okay, I have to come here and enable. First of all, highlight it, click F9 on your keyboard to easy ease it. Do you get it now? Then having to easy ease it, then you want to go to your graph editor, then you see things like this. Then you can bring it forward. Then if you do it like this, whoa, you have things like that. Now if you don't see this here, you can come here and make sure you check on edit speed graph, and that's that. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Until I come your way next time, stay safe and be creative. If you like my video, don't forget to subscribe my page on YouTube.